Buck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. It's glorious. And I run.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. It's your T-shirted historian and caster.
Where?
Oh, look, I left the brand up from Saturday. How irresponsible of me. Yeah, if anybody missed it, yeah, we were with Gorgon's Grimoires on Saturday. There we go. And we had a surprise. I don't know if you saw it, Ironcaster, if you caught the replay, but Raven C.S. McCracken of Cinnabar fame actually joined us on that panel.
I did catch a little bit of it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really spend a whole lot of time in going through the episode, but I did see it.
It was awesome, dude. I love it every time Raven comes on, man. It's so much fun because it's like he just has this infectious energy. I mean, just his enthusiasm, his excitement, and his positivity is just like it's just screams. And he is so much fun to hang around with, and he's fun to game with too. I've gamed with him a few times, and he's the real deal, man. He's somebody I would invite to the table any day of the week.
I almost feel like it's sort of a ships passing in the night. Like I don't think I've actually been on a stream with him.
You probably haven't. It's just me and Grim have been on with him so far. But the funny thing is we've kind of become fans of his. I mean, I liked his stuff already because I liked Cinnabar. I mean, yes, the system was kind of unplayable, but his lore, his background, his world for Cinnabar was so far out and so cool and so like tripping the edge of all the cool stuff that I used to like back when I was in the 80s. That it was really hard to deny the appeal of the game, and he's already like on 3 iterations of it. And he just has this infectious energy, this fun element to him. It's just great to talk to him. It's great to have him on. It's great to read his stuff. He's a true fan. I like that. We need more Raven C.S. McCrackens.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, there's a number of people we need more of, but unfortunately, they're like limited editions. There's only one of them.
Yeah, we just have to be happy with the ones that we got. Speaking of that, Silverlock! Check this guy out, Aaron Caster. This is the guy who bought all of the Crawford books that I recommended.
Oh, right. How are you liking those, Silverlock? Like, I hope you enjoyed those as much as T-shirt and I have. And yes, by the way, let's go ahead and have our little drink for our Kevin Crawford drinking game.
Drink!
And yes, it is apparently internet law. I have to have a Baja Blast with me.
There you go. Hey. That works with me. You just got them tonight? Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy them. I like all of them. Definitely Worlds Without Number is a huge favorite just because it is fantasy based. And I really love what he does with the races. You'll see what I mean when you get around to the racial stuff. But I love what he did with it, and I think it's probably the way you should do it. Every single game should be that way. As far as races.
I'd reach out to go grab my copy of the book, but it's way off. It's on my shelf, way out of reach.
Oh, it's okay.
So
I can summarize it for you real quick.
Yeah, please.
So okay, so basically humans are the baseline for everything, right?
Naturally.
All right. So if you want a race like an elf, a dwarf, a goblin, an orc, or a human, or all the other cool stuff that he threw into the game, Worlds Without Number has I forget the term he uses for it because it's been a while, but it's like you have specialties on each class, right? Well, in order to get a race, you have to use up one of your specialties at the beginning.
Okay.
So whereas like if you're a human, you would just get 2 full-on specialties. You know, like you could be like an assassin and I don't know, like a cook or something, right? Which is, you know, a fully fleshed out set of abilities and stat bonuses and other stuff that you get for picking those, right? It's like I don't want to say it's a feat, but it's more like it's kind of like plugging in a whole set of abilities. And so yeah, if you choose a non-human, you'll take whatever the non-human plug-in is and use that in place as one of your starting plugins, which is fair because he recognizes that humans are the baseline and anything other than human gets extra stuff. So in order to get the extra stuff, you pay for it by using up one of your basically your skill things. So. And that's kind of how it should be, rather than just willy-nilly, just letting everybody just pick whatever race they want. See, because instead it encourages people to play baseline humans if you want, or if they do pick a non-human, at least they are, somewhat penalized for it by not having as many skills. I mean, 'cause they're getting whatever abilities the race gets, but it might have been better to get medical expert or some of the wizard abilities and stuff.
And I feel like that's a fair enough trade-off to it because humans just tend to be the standard baseline that everything is compared to. It's well, what are dwarves like? Well, they're humans, but they're shorter, stouter, they're just more stubborn.
Mm-hmm. And what's cool is like all the other profession type things, most of those races have 2 levels of abilities. So you get whatever your base is, but then later on you can expand and make it even better by adding more stuff on. So it works out pretty good.
So since we're sort of in this subject, we're in this realm, how do you feel now that you've had a little time with it? Cities Without Number is.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was talking to Grim today, and he's like, are you going to run on this Sunday? Because I've been missing out on a lot. And I told him, I said, well, my problem is I always want to run campaigns. I don't like to run one-shots. But considering how my mental state usually has been on Sundays, maybe it would be better just to run a one-shot. So I have decided I'm going to run Cities Without Number as a one-shot on Sunday.
Well, what if just kind of we roll with the idea of having a sort of persistent world to play in, so that we can do a series of them for, if we can get people back to play additional games, the potential hangs there to do subsequent games.
Of course. I mean, here's the simple facts. You can sit there and you can build your own world with Cities Without Number, and you can build it up any way you want to. It's got all the rules for it. But the game is also extremely well situated for taking an existing franchise or IP and just overlaying it. So, since the thing I'm strongest on right now is Cyberpunk 2077, that's probably what I'm going to do is run Night City basically as Cyberpunk 2077 using Cities Without Number for Sunday with some pre-gens and some, some interesting ideas for what people are going to do that day. And if people really like it, I'm happy to either, pull back and let people create level 1s and start a campaign or whatever. But it'll give people a chance to check it out, and it'll give Grim a chance to finally play it, because he and I are way, way, way overdue, because he was going to give a review on Cities Without Number, but I told him, I said, dude, this is too cool of a project. Let me do the review with you so that we can have a joint review on it. And he's been kind of waiting on me to get my ass in gear to do that. So
it seems to me that for the last couple sessions, Grimm's had a little bit of issues getting players, and Candle Obscure was a little bit of a red herring to that. So maybe it would help to kind of help advertise that for throughout the week, to see if you can scrounge up a couple people over the next few days that might be interested in joining.
Yeah, that might be. I will definitely post it up on Twitter and see who bites. I'm curious.
Because it's kind of a week where I would be at home. All right, so that normally on Sundays is my game day. I've got a 5e game I play in still. And then the alternating Sunday, I'm playing Transformers on Discord.
Nice.
And that one tends to end about the right time to where I could just hop right over and join. So fingers crossed I'll be able to join you.
Okay, that would be cool. You know who else we need to get for this, though? We need to get Tabletop Junkie.
Yep. I'll shoot him a text message about it.
Yeah, let him know ahead of time so he can plan for it, because I know he likes Cyberpunk. I know he will enjoy this.
I think he's just running out of books to review on his channel at this point.
Well, I mean, they only made so many Cyberpunk books. And hey, Ryan, David, it's good to see you, man. Hope everything's been all right with you. I know you've had some rough times here lately. I hope things get better for you. Surly Unicorn, it's good to see you too, man. Happy to see you. Well, all right. We've got some cool stuff today. You want to start with an unboxing?
Well, I did get one thing in the mail.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah. So I'm sorry. No, no, it's something you've already shown off. So no, let's just go ahead and do yours. I thought you were asking me.
Oh, okay. Well, this is literally, I just got this. I can't remember what's in it. So
better hope it's not the lube.
And it's not the lube. But you guys are seeing it as I do. Ugh. All right.
He has a whole hand, folks.
I have a whole hand. Ooh. Kernathalis.
Now,
from the Kickstarter. These are from Alex T. These were Kickstartered editions. I got one that is soft, and I got one that is hard. Very cool, huh?
I think we all know which way we prefer things.
Oh yeah. Well, the soft back is for the players. This one is for me. But let's take a look at it real quick.
So, for those of us who are sort of unaware of this one, what can you tell us about this particular game?
Okay. This is by friend of the channel and good buddy, Black Oath Entertainment, Alex T, who we've had on the show. And one of the guys I consider like one of the hardest working dudes making games today, because it's like literally as soon as he gets one thing done, he's already got another thing in the fire. And in fact, he's already got another Kickstarter out. But this is a single player co-op dungeon survival game. There's decks of cards that I can have printed out and brought to me with this, or I can just use dice. But yeah, basically, the plot is you're basically accused of a crime or something, and you've been thrown into this undercity, this horrible place. It's called, it's under the Midnight Throne, basically. And you have to survive, and it is a single-player game. It is infinitely repeatable because it has random events. It's a fully fleshed-out rule system as well, because Alex likes fully fleshed-out rule systems. Yeah, which crime were you accused of? You could do anything from highway robbery to blasphemy to sodomy. You have a full set of skills and masteries and where you trained. I mean, you could build a character. I mean, you have brawlers, arcanists, bulwarks, duskblades, emissaries. So that's one of the things that lets you replay this several different times, because you can always pick another class and do it again, even if you already know.
Can we get an example of one of the classes?
Yeah, like here's Tracker. Tracker is master of stealth, survival, and trap detection. You have advantage on all scavenge and perception checks. Depending on which tier your abilities are at, like tier 1 is you can find edible fungi. Tier 2 lets you set traps. Tier 3 lets you conceal camp. Tier 4 lets you have will to survive, so that you can endure even the most gruesome wounds. If an attack drops you to 0 health or less, it drops to 1 instead, once per camp rest. So it's a get out of death free card once.
So from the sounds of it, with this game, this is actually a very, very useful class to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're all kind of cool, and it does have a full progression and skill tree set. It does have a fully fledged combat system, including hit locations.
Ooh.
And armor. I mean, it is a complete game. This is not like a little. Look at that. That's one finger joint there. That's a thick book. That's 200 and how many pages? Let me see. 227 pages, and a full index of all your tables and stuff. It gives you variations on different runs. It's got some beautiful artwork, really dark artwork. But yeah, it's a fully fledged system with loot, spoils, everything. And it's a solo single player game. Like literally, if you were on an airplane going someplace, this would be the perfect thing to take on board and just while away the hours on it.
What sort of dice system does it use? Is it just your standard array?
Yeah, standard array of dice.
Oh, perfect. So you've already got it.
Mm-hmm. But this is really nice.
I'm certainly someone who, like, no matter the bag, I've always got a set of dice in it, just out of habit.
And at the very least, if you've got a phone, you've got dice, because you can always Google dice roll. So
that's true.
But yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I said, it's from our friend Alex T over at Black Oath Publishing. It's on DTRPG, and unfortunately, that's the only place he sells. So if you want it, that's the cost of doing business, I guess. But it's really nice.
I dropped the link to it to his itch.io.
Okay. Well, there's the itch.io if you like, or you can get it on DTRPG. But either way, I was happy to get this. Like I said, this was the Kickstartered version, so I got the books a little cheaper because of that. But yeah, definitely worth it. And probably something that Grim will want to play at some point, because I think he's starting to investigate the world of single role-playing games. And I've thought about it too, is taking one of Alex T's games and just playing it on stream solo to see how it goes. I just don't know if anybody would really be interested in seeing me read through this book. I have a digital copy too, but
well, I think there is a benefit to that, because it's a chance to show off some more obscure games, because I think it's a better service to have than, say, reading through the latest Pathfinder manual or reading through the latest settings book. It's like, with those, it's just more fluff to a setting that most people are probably just going to ignore for their own homebrew. Whereas with this, it's a whole new system. It's going for its own unique idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so there might be some benefit to that, to show off what this might work like as a solo game for anyone who's really wanting to, have something to play, but they can't find any players that day.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, Alex T has created many solo games across 1,000 Dead Worlds, which Grim Jim recently did a review of, is one of them. He's got others, which I can't remember right offhand, but I've shown them off on this channel many times because I really like his stuff. I really like to promote his stuff. I think he's a great writer. I think his games are really fun. And they do have that edgy darkness that I really enjoy. So if you're a fan of stuff like Berserk, you will probably get into a lot of the stuff that Alex enjoys. Plus, he's a musician, too. I picked up his black metal album off of Bandcamp. That's pretty cool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I could honestly probably play that one on YouTube, and he probably wouldn't sue me.
You just got to work the right video together.
Yeah. I don't know that many people want to listen to black metal, but anyway. So yeah. Oh yeah. Your first D&D adventure, like so many players, with a solo adventure out of the red box. Rip Alina. Yeah, let's all pour one out for Alina.
I don't have it. All I have is cold coffee.
I have iced tea. So. And keep in mind, that's not the first red book that I got. I got the Moldve book. So I found that Menser book later and got to read through that, and I got to have that solo adventure, and I really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of other people who enjoy the game now probably did as well. We wanted our chance to avenge Alina.
Doesn't everyone want to kill Bargle, though?
That's right, because Bargle's a bastard. All right. Well, something I have been very excited about, and I was hoping we could get Harmony on tonight, but she is deathly ill. She made the mistake of going into an airport. And yeah, that'll get you sick every time. Gotta stay away from those airports. And cons, conventions, airports, Steve Jackson's Sorcery. That is a great game, Ryan. And matter of fact, I was just looking at this today, but the Japanese just released a boxed set of the original Steve Jackson Fighting Fantasy game books, and the whole Sorcery series is in there. But yeah, Sorcery was a great set of books, and probably my favorite solo adventures ever made. Hands down.
So this is a game series I'm really unfamiliar with, the Fighting Fantasy.
You don't know Fighting Fantasy?
No, I didn't get into the tabletop scene until like 3rd edition 3.5. So that predates me.
Yeah, they've turned them into video games. So if you get up on Steam, you can find Fighting Fantasy Classics, and you can kind of have that same experience.
Oh, no, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. But the physical books these days are put out by Scholastic, so they changed all the artwork, which was despicable. And whoever the new artist is makes me sad. But yeah, you can buy them now. They're just from Scholastic. They're almost the same experience that they used to be. There's an app for Tunnels and Trolls? Really? Dang, Maliki, you're going to have to tell me.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on Steam right now. It's a free download with the various scenarios available for about $3.99.
Tunnels and Trolls?
Fighting Fantasy.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Tunnels and Trolls is another one of those games that has a lot of solo playability as well. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of Tunnels and Trolls books, and they're all solo playable. Hey, Patties. All right, speaking of Steam, we had something special. It's something very, very special drop yesterday. Free Stars, the Urquan Masters, the original game with all the stuff from the 3DO also added onto it. It's put out by Pistol Shrimp, but it is the original one by Fred Reich and all those other guys, Fred Ford. And it's absolutely 100% free. I highly recommend this game, especially if you're an older gamer type and you remember stuff like this. But it was so much fun. It's only 150 megabytes on your hard drive. It's not going to be that taxing to any system. You could run this on a potato now, and you'll still have so much fun with it.
I think there are photos on my phone that have a larger file size. Yeah,
definitely. I've downloaded GIF files that were bigger than that. But yeah, this is an amazing amount of fun. I can't recommend it enough. I picked it up last night and I started playing through it. So I'm going to show you the first 3 minutes of my game, just so you can get an idea what it's like. Let me grab it.
Let's tempt me into pushing that download button.
Oh, come on. It won't be that hard. 150 megabytes? How could you say no?
I don't know if I have the room though, T-shirt.
Yeah, I bet you'll make it now. Yep. See, this is the opening of the game. This is me going into the Sol system for the first time.
Attention, interloper. Heed this recorded message. This drone vessel speaks with the voice and authority of Urquan. You are trespassing within Urquan space. This world, Earth, may not be approached for any reason, nor will hostilities against our orbital platform be tolerated. In addition, your ship does not respond to standard hierarchy identification transmissions, and is therefore deemed to be independent. This is not permissible. Only subservience shall be tolerated. This drone now leaves to inform Urquan of your transgressions. You are commanded to remain here and await the arrival of the Urquan. Disobedience will be punished.
Yep, you meet the bad guy right away, and he means business. You're muted.
I'm not gonna take crap from a frog. No, fuck that.
He's a worm.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. I am Starbase Commander Hayes of the slave planet Earth. Our hyperwave broadcast is extremely weak. Situation critical. Energy cores exhausted. Scanners and deep radar are non-functional. We cannot identify your vessel. Are you the scheduled hierarchy resupply ship? Repeat, are you the resupply vessel?
Yep, full dialogue trees.
Look, I don't know who you are or why you're here, but right now the only thing I'm worried about is saving the lives of 1,900 men and women aboard this starbase, and right now you're our only hope. I can't keep the transmitter on too much longer. We need the power for heat and air, so if you don't have any radioactives on board your vessel, please get some and bring them back here before it's too late. The fastest way to get radioactives in this system would be to land on Mercury and scour the surface for deposits of radioactive elements. But be careful. Mercury's a pretty inhospitable place. Watch out for earthquakes and those high temperature areas. Thanks, I'll make sure to mention this the next time I talk with our masters. I'm sure they will reward you.
So that's just the first few minutes of the game. And let me tell you what, it's so cool. You get to land on planets. You get to get artifacts. You get to mine minerals. You get to avoid hazards. You get to attack aliens on the surface and bring them back for collection. You can trade with Melnorm traders. You can run out of fuel in the mid-space. You can find your way into quasi-space. You can go all over the galaxy in a star system that's pretty well mapped out with all the planets and everything, as far as we know. And there's tons of alien species to deal with, all with their own individual dialogue trees, their own soundtracks, their own voices, everything.
You know, it's almost like we're just trying to go and recreate all these. It's funny because like you keep seeing all these attempts to try to almost recreate what we already had before, and so many of these games and the developers act and imagine like they've gone and created the wheel, when oftentimes no, we had this decades ago on DOS.
Yes, because this is literally an old DOS game. In fact, I still have the discs up in my closet. And yeah, Harmony's right. The aliens are really creative. There's a lot of hard science that went into some of this, as well as some fun science. I can't say enough good stuff about this game because it was written very well. It's almost completely bug-free. You can swap out soundtracks. You can swap out videos. There's all kinds of options because basically what they did is they took the original PC-DOS game and they took the 3DO version that had all the soundtrack and all the speaking lines and everything, and they married the two of them together to make this super game that you can customize any way you want to. And it also has head-to-head fights in space that you can do, person to person. You have to have two people in the same room, but still. But yeah, the game is so much fun. It's amazing. It's free. There's absolutely no reason for you not to go out and you download it and enjoy it and see if I'm lying or not, because I think you'll have fun with it.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I'm gonna go install it while we talk.
Yeah, you can do that because it's only 150 megabytes. It's like literally, it's like the time to download and the time to install is like almost nothing. But I guarantee you, it's one of the games that I come back to and play at least like once every couple of years to enjoy it all over again. So I hope everybody else who tries it will say the same thing. Yeah, Harmony's right. Harmony, I wish you would come on. It requires the player to do things like make notes of coordinates out of game and pay attention or you'll never find certain aliens and systems. Yeah. And there's a lot of little hidden events in the game, too, that you can look for, depending on what you do. And there's mysteries in the game to solve. It's, it's just an amazing. There's lots and lots of stuff on there. I mean, there's like a wiki out there for it. There's all kinds of information out there for it already. One of the most useful things that you will want to get is this puppy right here. You'll have to download, you can create a screen grab of this. This is the original hyperspace star map. Yeah, this was made by Accolade way back in the day. This thing is super duper useful. And it's not even an accurate map. This is the one that literally was a paper packed in map that came with the game when you bought it. And it's not an accurate map because a lot of the positions and things are not what you will encounter in the game. But where the stars are is very helpful. So if you're like looking for something like Zeeman, you can look it up on the map physically and find it and then coordinate your starship to get there on autopilot. Yeah, exactly, Surly. It's like an old Commodore 64 game. Zero hand holding. Yeah. If you don't continually save your game, you might screw yourself and find out that oops, I wish I had saved before that happened. So
Make sure you save some.
Yeah, save scum a lot.
So yeah, like I've got it installed, and I'm gonna have to probably check that out a little bit here tonight before bed.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have to tell me what you think.
Will do.
Yep. And yes, you can rename your captain, and you can rename your ship. Even though, yeah, it defaults to Captain Zelnick and the whatever it was. I renamed mine, so yeah, I'm Captain T-shirted, and my ship is the Avenger.
I think just based on Shirley in the chat, I might have to go with Arnold Rimmer.
I would think you would want to be somebody a little bit more competent.
No. It's gonna be a Rimmer adventure. Let's see how well he does.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if you really want to make Arnold Rimmer the savior of the galaxy.
I mean, he kind of was.
Maybe. Anyway, yeah, Ace Rimmer would be better at least.
Oh
Captain.
yeah, that was the name. That was the name.
Yeah, or yeah, you could totally do a Zap Brannigan run. Hey,
Kip, I made it with a woman. Inform the men.
Kip, has my suit been pressed?
Yes, sir. We have it's a little hard to work on the velour.
Velour.
I've never even worn velour. I heard it's
I'll
hot.
have you know, I do my best thinking in the shower.
I thought that was just you and your Jergens, sir.
Oh, God, I love Futurama. When it was good. I haven't seen the current stuff, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
It was fine. I didn't outright hate it. I thought it was there was a couple of nice little callbacks.
I may or may not have mentioned that, but yes, the entire game is voice acted, and yes, the voices are very good. As a matter of fact, some of the artwork is done by somebody in the gaming community that you guys might recognize. Errol Otis himself actually worked on this game. In fact, the Mycon are very much an Errol Otis creation. When you see them, you're going like, "Oh my God, that's an Errol Otis picture." But also, he voiced the Mycon in the game. Who are the Mycon? You're gonna have to find out.
I can't wait to find out.
Yep. You know, I kind of wonder if Dungeon Delver's probably played this or not. He probably doesn't know about this, or he might. I don't know. But I bet he doesn't know about Free Stars.
I'm sure Dungeon Delver's probably like he's got a whole dissertation on it.
On what?
You know who I am convinced has probably played it.
Who?
Low spec Linux laptops.
Yeah, I bet Jeff has played that. I bet he has. I wonder if Grim has. I bet Grim hasn't. Can you imagine Grim playing it? That'd be fun.
I want to see Grim play it as a character.
That would be fun. I would almost go I would almost cast in order to do that. That would be kind of fun. But yeah, it's an amazing piece of work. It was made back in the 90s, so the game is old as hell, and it's still just as good today as it was back then. And it's free, you know. It's your choice. You can either, you know, buy Suicide Squad for $80, get, I don't know, 20 hours of play out of it, or you can get Free Stars for nothing and play it over and over and over and enjoy it.
I think you might be getting a little ambitious there with 20 hours.
Oh, really? Is it that bad?
Well, I thought I heard the story just wasn't that long.
Oh, okay. Well, then even worse. Yeah, AAA development for studios has gone to crap.
Isn't it funny how like all these little indie AA games are in some cases are just coming in and are just sucking all the oxygen out of the room?
Yes. it is great. We're still playing Pal World, and we're still enjoying it. And there are some more indies coming up that we should talk about.
Although the one thing with Pal World, it's like people are shocked that like people are people are acting like it's a shock that like the players, the active players in Pal World are falling off when there's only a limited amount of content.
Yeah, it's not even finished game yet.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be one of those games that people are gonna come back to. Like every time there's a new content update, you will see that thing spike. It will go to the top of the Steam's active playing list. Twitch is gonna spike with people playing it, streaming it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even gotten all the critters in it yet, so
I need to get back to it. But then I made one critical mistake this week.
What?
I reinstalled Final Fantasy 14.
Ooh, you dog.
And then like I started hearing the music again. And then next thing I know, I'm like going around looking for my credit card. And I'm like, maybe I'll just play for a month.
And then you decided there was a nice offer and you went for 6 months.
And then I made the mistake of watching the little trailer for the new expansion pack. Or we get tacos.
So did you get a year's subscription or a 6 month?
Oh no, I haven't actually paid for it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting for payday. It was supposed to be today, but President's Day threw everything off, so I get one more day. Oh, and then I found out that like I get basically they gave everyone like 4 days free trial.
So you're not playing quadruple A titles like the immensely popular Skull and Bones? No. I heard that game is crap. I heard that the actual game that it's based on, Black Flag, was a hell of a lot more exciting than that. And after seeing it in action, I'm starting to lose a lot of faith in the studios out there now. But come on. Who's excited for Grand Theft Auto 6?
Well, the thing is, though, you got to realize it's these studios. These studios own these properties.
We've got an ego.
Hey,
What's happening, guys?
Hey,
What's
guys.
happening, guys?
Talk about video game stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. So I am going to be outside looking in on this, but I guess I'll ask you a question about the video games, because if I was going to get one, I'd ask y'all which one I get.
There you go.
Final Fantasy 14.
You actually get free stars. Get free stars. It's free.
I'll take free. I like free.
Free is good. We do have a couple of releases to look at, though.
Oh, well, real quick, my point was going to be that the thing is, the current team of developers on these titles, it's not the people that make the legendary stuff. A lot of them have gone on and either cycled out of the industry, or they've gone on to found their own little studios. Mm-hmm. You're better off looking at a lot of these indie games. That's why we're getting such good stuff out of the indie scene. Pal World is insane for that.
I have a question. So are they putting like indie stuff on like main servers, like your Xbox, PlayStation, stuff like that? Like, how's it work for indies?
Okay, so in the last few years, there has been a big push with the console developers to really lean into the indie scene. As it is now, we'll see, for example, Nintendo and Xbox, I know specifically, they will go and do little indie showcases where they're going to show off all sorts of games from them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it actually works out pretty well for them because, especially with Xbox with Game Pass, you'll be able to, in many cases, by paying the like $10-15 a month for the Game Pass,
okay,
you can go ahead and just have access to this big old library of games. It is the Netflix of video games.
Yeah,
it's the Netflix of video games. Really?
Mm-hmm. And the best part with Game Pass is you have access to all of Microsoft's proprietary, games. Oh, hey, when that new Call of Duty drops, it's probably going to be on Game Pass. When the next Skyrim or Elder Scrolls drops, it's going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah. Fat Steven does a lot of stuff on Game Pass. So, but
is that why everyone's just doing away with the physical like copies now and just doing it on Game Pass, or what?
Well, Well, that is an element of it, but it's also just a little bit of convenience because you have people who just the extra step of going out to the store to pick up the game. It's like I could just pay for it now and have access to it. I don't have to like have shelves of games to store.
Okay, that makes. I'm not gonna lie. The last video game that I bought that was current when I bought it was Madden 2010. Like,
Wow.
Otherwise, yeah, I was like, now I want to play NCAA 2025, but then I got to buy all the stuff. But I was like, but I've got an Xbox 360 with the Rock Band set up. Like, I got all the instruments, and I got the Nintendo Mini Console, and like that's it. So the stuff that y'all talking about is like witchcraft to me. Like I didn't know any of this was out.
I've modded out my Super Nintendo Mini. So I went and I added on like an extra like couple dozen games onto it, so I can go sit down and I can play through. It's so much fun because so many of the retro games are just where it's at.
Yeah,
and especially because a lot of the indie scene has been big on a lot of that. Sorry, brain fart. The indie scene has been big on the sprite based side scroller sort of design. That's where you see games like Shovel Knight, for example. Shovel Knight was fantastic for that.
Yeah, they just dropped one earlier this last week that I had kickstarted, and it finally came to Steam called Lords of Exile, which is a Metroidvania, and it's fun.
Wow, I didn't even know there was an indie scene for video games. Wow, I never thought of that.
This is a little developer out of Mexico who made this game.
So one of the fun things with a lot of these little kind of smaller studio games, these smaller video game studios, is you never know what you can find. And there are so many simulator games out there. And honestly, one of the games I've had the most fun with, I've gotten the most hours in out of last year, was a little game called Power Wash Simulator.
Power Wash Simulator.
I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Just get this little power washer. You're just spraying down sidewalks.
He's not kidding. Left Eye, it's serious. I'm serious. That's been a big hit. And you know what's crazy? This is what's really going to blow your mind.
What?
They have a Warhammer expansion coming out.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay, that's cool.
That's
cool.
They've gone and done a number of additional expansions and little DLC packs. One of my favorite ones was the Lara Croft one, where you're just like going around her manor, you're spraying down like her little obstacle course, you're spraying down Lara Croft's trophy room, the big giant dinosaur.
Yep. But we got to talk about this one.
Yep.
Witness. Imperial engines adorned in filth, a testament to their glory. Yet the machine spirits yearn for reawakening, shaped in the likeness of the Omnissiah. Purity. It is an honor to service these triumphant vessels. Our tool, the Mark II Aquasantica Aquabus. Our adversary, dirt. An act performed in dutiful veneration of the Omnissiah carries glory,
You can
whether by
multiplayer
power
this.
armor or power washer. Yes, the canticles of restoration must be performed. Our purpose is true. Purge the unclean. Where is that servitor with my blessed incense?
Yo. Okay.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's one of the most relaxing games I've played, where I'll just sit down. There's no time limits. There's no like challenge to it. It's just I want to kind of shut my mind off for a little bit. I just want to like have my fun, kind of go about my spraying like the siding of like a tank and just.
Oh my god, man! That just. It wasn't on a Power Wash Simulator. Was not on my bingo card. Okay, that's all. It's just the initial shock of seeing it. That's all. That's.
I mean, yeah, 40K Power Wash even.
Don't get me wrong. It's hilarious to think like, seriously, you could just like get an actual Power Washer and play this, but it's like, it's actually pretty fun.
It looks relaxing. I'm not gonna lie, it looks relaxing.
Exactly. There's something so satisfying about just getting a job well done.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I'm not gonna lie. It looked cooler and more like it looked more purposeful. It looks like it would give you purpose, just power washing in that stuff. All I'm saying is that it was just, power washing. I'm like,
no, I get it.
It threw me off.
It's silly to think like this simple game about just power washing has gone on to become so popular, and yet it has.
Yeah, it has. How long have people been doing the power wash video game? Like, how long has that been a thing?
About a year or
years?
2. Like they have a SpongeBob DLC.
Yes.
Stop.
Nope.
Stop.
They have a Final Fantasy VII DLC.
Mm-hmm.
You can power wash down Cloud's car or Cloud's motorcycle. You can go power wash down like the Barrett's bar.
How did they get all the what should we call it? Not the copyright. Yeah, how do you get the license for all these?
They worked out a deal for it.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Like someone just came to them and said, "Hey, I want a video game with your character. We just power wash Bikini Bottom."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they probably just went up to Square Enix. Were like, "Hey, we would love to, do a DLC for we want to be able to use your property for our game." Probably paid out some sort of license for it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And people were like, "Heck yes, I want to go spray down some Machina."
What? Okay, then Machina, I could do it.
I would definitely like to power wash Tifa's shirt. Yes.
I too offer to do that as well.
Yeah. There is another one out there that probably we should take a look at. I wasn't made aware of it until tonight, but it is by IllFonic, which is the studio that was behind the Friday the 13th game that released a few years back that was really popular up until they had their license pulled away from them, which I think you can still get it, but they don't host servers anymore, and they're not doing any more content updates.
I believe they also did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game.
I was going to mention, yes, they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, which is still kind of popular and still kind of new. But
Left Eye, I take it you're sensing a pattern here with the studio.
I had no idea these were even things, let alone that they just had them out. I'm trying to keep my face set, but I'm like, hold on, there's a game like this I didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you would be surprised all the like obscure horror movies that are getting video games these days.
And this is one of them.
Wesker Newton, your truth bombardier here. We got us kind of a clown invasion I thought only happened in Nevada deserts. The things a clown can do to a person's body, folks. It's depraved. It's disgusting. And often mighty creative.
The fuck is that news?
They got big shoes for a reason.
Why?
Don't make a ruckus. Those bat-eared bastards can hear you coming a mile away. Teamwork is life, amigos, and you have to stay alive to win. Hell yeah! Shit! You want to kill those clowns? Make like a Beverly Hills surgeon and give those real clown wives a nose job. Clowns are here. Clowns are now.
That is nuts.
Oh yeah.
And Mac, Malachi is right. We need an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes video game.
Yeah, that would be good. That one, yeah. That game looks
we need
like a lot
another.
of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, are you ready to go send in the clowns?
Yeah.
Bro, I was just glad there weren't no black people in that game.
There might be. I mean, I'm sure the final product will have black people.
This is one where we opt out. Okay.
There's a Toxic Avenger beat 'em up coming out. Yeah, I believe it.
Maybe
cool.
we'll get a black clown.
I want to know what he did to get in this situation, sir. That's the clown black. What did he do?
It'll be Homie the Clown.
Oh no.
Okay. Now, if it was Homie the Clown, I'd like to play Homie the Clown. I just walk around. Now that's the one we could just whack people all day. Homie, don't play that. That would be awesome. That should be a game. I'd play that.
I think you can play the clowns and you can play the survivors too.
Okay.
But yeah, I
changed up a little bit.
Yeah, I like all these little indie studios coming out with all these fun licenses because the same people who brought us Terminator Resistance did RoboCop a few months ago, and that game's fun. And
And yes, you do get to shoot people in the dick.
Yes, you do get to shoot people in the dick. In fact, dick shots do the same amount of damage as headshots in that game.
As they should.
As they should, yes. But I like that. This is kind of like a whole genre of stuff that the woke scolds haven't gotten a hold of yet, because it's like the studios have already messed up a lot of these films and stuff, but with the remakes. But the video game studios are taking these things and they're doing great stuff with them.
Yeah, I like it. I know that not everyone has access to the cutting edge graphics and everything, but there's something about that 2000s gameplay look that I really do like. I really appreciate that.
Well,
oh yeah,
that's one of the great things with a good game developer is if they can get a really good audio or art style in the game, they can kind of future proof it, because there are some games you can look at from that era that just have aged terribly.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other ones that they look perfectly fine. You're like, yeah, this looks fantastic. Like, this looks better than some modern games.
Sad but true. I mean,
agreed.
But to me, it's not all about the high visuals anyway. I mean, they're great when you can get them, but I'll take a solid gameplay game over highfalutin graphics any day, which is why I'm still champing at the bit for Mullet Mad Jack. But which you should play the demo for that, Left Eye.
I said that was a lot of words when you said Mullet Mad Jack. I was like, you know what? Okay, I have to try that out.
Yes, you will.
Personally, I'm waiting for a They Live video game.
That's probably going to be
cool.
coming.
I mean, it's just like as a power up, like you only have a limited amount of time to use for the glasses.
Well, supposedly Carpenter is supposed to be working on a sequel to The Thing. I hope that's a lie, but if he is, there will probably be renewed interest in another Thing game. Because we had an old one that was kind of obscure and not very well known about and not very good, but a new one would be really cool.
All right.
Especially with all the the popularity of all the Among Us and all that stuff.
True, it would be, yeah.
But anyway,
but yeah, no, there's a lot of good things to look forward to. We've got a couple of new RPGs out here, that people are enjoying. We've got a lot of like random video games to check out, and I think at the end of the day, the big thing to take away from all this is sort of the big like tentpole industry is kind of falling apart, and it hasn't been protected well. So you have all these little upshoots that are rising up to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Well, it's nature abhors a vacuum, and let's face it, a lot of the modern AAA games suck. So where there's a vacuum, you're going to have lots of little little companies in there trying to make their bones and do it successfully. And I'm glad, because that's what we need. We need more indies to succeed and show the big companies how to make a game again and how to, satisfy the customer base the real way.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised a lot of them don't just like have an indie offshoot of like I'm not sure if Rockstar has like an indie offshoot that they use for games that they don't know if they're going to make it or not, but still want to be under their trademark or what.
I'm not sure.
I think that has happened now and then, but primarily you're seeing really just the people with money that are buying up the studios. Microsoft for the last few years went on a buying spree, buying studios up left and right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they bought Bethesda.
Oh, that did go through. Okay. All right. Because I heard about it, but I didn't know if it went through. Okay. Wow.
Speaking of which, man, you want to talk about not sticking the landing, man. Starfield kind of bombed.
Well, there's also, really just the Xbox in general. They're talking about trying to port some of the Xbox exclusive titles to like PlayStation now, and they're teasing like 4 games this year.
What's that mean for the retard in the room? What's that mean?
Okay, so traditionally speaking, the lifeblood of most consoles is their exclusive titles. Mm-hmm. If you were a Halo guy back in like the 2000s, you bought an Xbox.
Only Xbox. Yes, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So as it stands right now, apparently some of the Microsoft is looking to take some of those exclusives and now take them and port them over to, say, the PlayStation 5.
Speaking of that, I was actually reading the other day that Sony now considers the PlayStation 5 to have pretty much run through its lifespan as a console.
I heard about that. I thought it was a parody.
No.
No.
They
didn't that came out like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
But it's been like 4 years. Well,
look at what happened.
It's really just an unfortunate thing of the big issue with this generation was the pandemic. The pandemic just really bottlenecked so much at the start with distribution that nobody could get their hands on them. And really, like with everyone working from home, you had a lot of issues with studios trying to develop games on these consoles, trying to port things over. They weren't able to get people together like they needed to work together.
Yeah, that whole console was kind of like doomed because of when they chose to release it. Because it's like, first, the scarcity really, really hurt that console, and the price tag didn't help either. But the scarcity is like the first thing, and then of course we had the pandemic and the lockdowns, and you want to talk about something you would want to get stuck with in lockdown is a good. A PS5 with a lot of cool games and stuff like that, but that didn't happen. Right. A lot of what we got on the PS5 was like upscales from the PS4, like what was the super popular samurai game?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima came out on PS5, but I'm like, it was already out on PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the big winner this generation is Nintendo. Again, they just dominated another generation. Absolutely, the Switch is like one of the single best-selling consoles of all time now.
It is.
So everybody's out here just playing Switch. The hand, this thing right, you can do like this.
All the kids are playing it. All the kids are playing it. All the kids are playing those things. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, like the single best-selling game on this thing is a port from the Wii U. So a like 8-10-year-old game. Yeah, which is going to sell like some insane number. Like, hey, let me look this up.
You talking about Mario Kart?
Yep.
Yeah, because Mario Kart is. Snowdub and the guys, they play Mario Kart every Saturday, and so do all the guys from Geeks and Gamers and everything. Everybody still plays.
So they're
Mario
all
Kart.
playing on. They're all playing on the Switch.
Yeah, because you can hook the Switch up to your TV or whatever like that, and just play it off of that.
So, didn't like PlayStation have something like that, or the Xbox, the PSP, was it?
Yeah, that kind of like died.
Yes, but the problem is, by and large, those were always just kind of a niche thing that portables like that do really well in Japan, where they have an environment to able to really benefit that, where you have so many people on trains able to do that in public. Like, could you imagine trying to take something like this out on like a New York City subway?
Bradley, Philly, you're not getting far with that. Nope.
No, there's just not enough trust in the society.
Mm-mm.
No.
And by the way, last numbers I saw for Mario Kart 8, by the way, 60 million units.
It's insane.
What?
And because everyone loves Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart.
I mean, the blue turtle shell is a meme that's in our culture now.
That's fair. That's
banana.
Like 60 million people bought like the physical copy, or like 60 million people downloaded it onto the Switch.
Yes.
Oh my god! Wow.
So it's a combination of the two, because we can chalk up digital sales with physical.
Mm-hmm. Sales a sale. But yeah. Nintendo.
How much are they going? How much are they going for now?
$200?
I believe the Switch is still $300, and their games are like $60.
And that's outselling whole like systems at this point.
Yeah. Well, it is a system.
This one game.
I mean like the whole like the system that looks like a CPU.
Yeah. Yeah. A dude over on Rumble every Friday. There's a Mario Kart tourney.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to remember, like last year, a little Italian plumber had a movie come out.
That's right.
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
And what was one of the biggest marketing pieces of that movie? Why, they're all on carts.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That was a year ago.
I think I even remember. Didn't Eric July actually get on one of those Mario Kart streams with Jeremy?
That I remember that too. Yeah,
he's like, there's a couple of memes where he's like screaming, "Roy's my boy."
Yep. Yeah. So Sony's talking about releasing a new portable system. Well,
they
know.
released one.
Did they? What was it?
It's called the PlayStation Portal. And as far as I know, it doesn't really have much. It doesn't have so much have a hard drive. It's more so that it's basically a kind of wireless tablet you can connect to your system. So you need to already have a PlayStation 5 to take advantage of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other big game too. Yeah. Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers.
That I play. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's an amazing little console, and there's talk about possibly making an announcement next year for the next Nintendo system. But the thing that really made this work so well for this generation was the fact that they were able to get it out like before all the pandemic stuff, which really gave them a step up in everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I've actually thought about picking up a Switch because it does have a Fist of the North Star game on it.
Oh, there's a fitness game where you're playing doing the Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, that's the one. I would buy it just for that.
That T-shirt's gonna buy that, and then like the next week he's be like, "Yeah, I'm on camera now," and he's like super buff and ripped.
Exactly. How'd you get so buff? Switch diet.
I make Danny Trejo look like a bitch.
Well, you know, not to brag or anything, but I have actually been consuming lots and lots of protein here lately because I got an air fryer, so I'm like grilling shit all the time. It's like manly.
It's awesome. It's real awesome. Stuff. It's awesome. Yes, it's awesome.
I mean, I think what finally sold me on is I saw some dude cook like pizza on it. I'm like, I could totally do keto pizza.
That is exactly how my wife got me. She's like, honey, we don't have to use the oven. You stick it in the microwave. I was like, you can stick a pizza in the microwave, really? She's like, yeah. I was like, when we get it, she's like, hey, after you get it, it'll taste like you just got it out the oven. And I'm like, sold. That'll work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a Gundam Dynasty Warriors? Nice.
Yeah, they did a couple of them on like the PS2, PS3 era. So it's been like, better part of like 8 years since we got one.
Yeah, I keep wanting a PS4 just so I can go back and play Fist of the North Star on Lost Paradise on that. But So far, they're keeping that price tag real high.
I mean, you're almost better off trying to just emulate it at this point. Like the PS4 is kind of on a bit of a dying console. People are kind of a little less caring about it.
Well, I thought about getting a PS5 because I've heard it was backwards compatible, and I thought, oh, well, it'll probably be better on that.
No.
What do y'all think that people are actually going to consider their physical consoles a collector's item at some point then, even though they're not going to make any more games for it, or just it's like a old PC now?
Well, the thing is, they sort of do collectible consoles. Like you'll see like the Spider-Man PS5 that'll have like basically a Spider-Man plate on it.
Yeah,
but
that is
there kind of are people who do treat them like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can get up on eBay and they're still selling Neo Geos for like $500 to $700.
Oh, really?
Yep, and that's an old game. I used to have one way back in the day.
The big thing that happened was the pandemic caused all the retro collectors to really just jack prices up.
Mm-hmm. That was rough. I looked for months for that Nintendo console. It was ridiculous. But I actually, outside of looking in, I had a question that I want to talk to you guys about, because I think me and my wife Shiro I talked about a few weeks back, but I saw that the Apple Vision Pro thing dropped.
Oh yeah.
Right? Now, I mean, I can't afford that at all. Looking like I maxed out my credit card just looking at it, okay? Like, would y'all play any of like the indie games, or do you think they'll be able to put indie games on something like that?
Well, the thing is, there already is the whole VR setup is around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Facebook does have their own little Meta headset. Steam has their headset, which is, if I was going to go for one, I might opt for that one, just because it's already got built into one of the bigger environments I'm already in for games. Yeah, Steam is basically the go-to storefront.
Yeah, it is. If I were going to pick up a handheld, I'd get a Steam Deck. I know a lot of people who have them and they're really good, but I just don't have a use for one right now.
Actually, one of the biggest things I did for myself for all the retro stuff. Well, I have shelves of like PS1 games. I have tons and tons of the retro stuff. So I'm not just purely a little bit of like the preservation for some of those games. Mm-hmm. One of the big things I did for myself was I went and bought a little mini PC for like $150 that I can load up with emulators and basically run everything from like PS2 on backwards.
That's cool. That's cool.
Plug it into my TV, get a little USB controller, because everything's USB now. You're golden.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget, our dear audience, as you know, we got copyright claimed when we did our wonderful Hands Up Pimp. So I had to retire that clip, unfortunately. So the last time you got to see it was probably last week. And it's only there until, they copyright claim that one, in which case then I'll take that one down too, and you'll never see it again. So I had to replace it with something, and there was a really good Charles Bronson movie called Death Hunt, and so I kind of picked this one.
Welcome.
That's pretty good.
I love Charles Bronson.
Ain't over.
Yep. Welcome. I kind of feel like that's almost a Texas house.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it shares some similarities.
It's just it's Bronson in Little House on the Prairie.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm taking away from this. It's Charles Bronson in Little House on the Prairie. Laura, you go down and get the water.
No, it's Bronson up in a cabin all by himself, fighting off the entire like Canadian Mounties and all these other bounty hunters and shit. But it was a good movie, and it had Carl Weathers in it and Lee Marvin.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah. So many good actors gone, but that was one of them. And it's definitely worth finding if you can. I've got a Blu-ray of it over on my shelf. So old
I need to
movies, still the
start
best
buying
movies.
more Blu-ray. I gotta start buying more Blu-ray now, man. Or just
Yeah, because
DVDs
physical
in
media
general.
going away. Physical media going away. So get your physical media, because when it's gone, it's gonna be gone forever, and the collectors are gonna shoot the prices through the roof.
Yeah, my wife's gonna kill me, but I'm probably gonna buy that John Wick DVD 1 through 4 collector.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
That
nice.
is nice. That's I'm not gonna lie. That's nice.
Just got my copy in the mail.
Yeah, I unboxed ours. I unboxed mine live a couple of Saturdays ago. I got it.
Well, there was one little story about physical media that kind of dropped like today, actually.
Oh yeah.
So
What happened?
as the story goes, that Sony is going to pick up distribution of Disney's home movies.
Okay.
So Disney is going to. So basically, Disney's going to outsource the physical media part of their DVDs to Sony.
Sony's already there. They make the Blu-ray players. They make the 4K players. And,
Okay, all right.
And apparently, I think I heard a while back Disney shut down their physical release distribution in Australia. So just let it. It's smarter for them in a way to just outsource that to Sony to do it. Who's
Makes sense.
that way they just like collect the paycheck. They don't got to worry about like all the unsold movies.
You know what I would like to see in a perfect world where all good things happen? I would like to see Discotheque Media step up and begin their own streaming service to go along with their DVD Blu-ray remastering sales.
What is Discotheque?
Discotheque is a Blu-ray company. Then they specialize in anime, and old old
That's cool.
Japanese movies that is hard to kind of find. And their collections are like cream of the crop. We're talking like stuff from way back in the days that I thought would never come back into print, but they're recirculating all of it, and it's all coming back thanks to them.
They
All
picked
right,
up they picked up Kamen Rider Black too,
Yeah.
so it's not only anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing movies as well, some of them. But it's such a cool company, and I want them to succeed wildly. I would like some other company to go head to head with Crunchyroll and kick the shit out of them, because Crunchyroll is a fucking monopoly.
I guess you heard the Crunchyroll news.
I mean, they took Right Stuff, which was, I mean, Right Stuff was one of the best anime distributors out there. It was one of the first big ones. Plus, they did adult titles and stuff like that. And then they got a hold of Funimation, which I'm kind of like, that should never have been allowed to happen, because that, by definition, in my opinion, creates a monopoly. You know, when you have the two biggest anime streaming and service companies, and they're rolled up into one service.
Yeah, I mean, by definition, it does sound like you're saying it is a monopoly. I was gonna say, I mean, I know you guys do watch animes, but I don't know if y'all remember that this weird time period where Netflix was trying to put up like their own original animes. Like there was Seis Manos, and Blood of Zeus.
Seis Manos was terrible, but
it was so cool, man. Come on, it was cool.
It was
How
kind of
was
cool.
it terrible?
It was
Well, we
kind of
did
cool, but you know,
We did get Cyberpunk Edge Runner out of it.
yeah, we did. There's a few other. Actually, I like Netflix's anime selection, to be quite honest, because they have some good stuff. They have JoJo's. They have they have Baki. They have Kengan Ashura, which is one of my favorites.
Bastard.
So, they have Bastard, yes. They have Doro Hedoro.
That's just some weird shit. I'm trying. Like I am as my American Black ass is trying to understand what the hell I'm watching. It looks cool, and I've never wanted Gyota so badly than watching that show.
Yep. And yes, they have Delicious in Dungeon, which is one of my favorites right now. Yeah, they did Castlevania. Yeah. So Netflix has a lot of good anime.
They're stuck by Warren Ellis.
Which one?
Yeah.
What do you got?
One other series I want to recommend, then bring up that Netflix did do for anime was the Ultraman.
Yeah, and they did Godzilla as well. And I think they're doing Gamera.
I'm looking forward to Gamera.
And they also did Tekken Bloodline, which was actually really good.
You know, man, if y'all have a show that y'all want me to watch and have, anime for dummies, ego watches, I will watch your recommendations. I will do that because there are so many of them.
Then might I suggest you go check out our Me and T-shirts buddy, Brandon the Anime Guy.
Brandon the Anime Guy. We'll show you what to watch.
On the YouTubes.
Brandon, yes, he is.
The Anime Guy.
And he is on the Twitters. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I need to get him on here one of these Tuesdays.
Yeah, him and I need to get back together to keep covering One Piece because we've have been a little hiatus basically since the holidays over that.
Yeah, I need to get with him and Ronan to talk about Fist of the North Star since the last OVA is coming out next month, and Berserk, and Mercurius. Okay, so, for Australian $2. Thank you, my friend. Did you have a clip you wanted? Come when you give us money, you're welcome to request a clip.
I think you need Mandem.
Oh no, come on, let's not be insulting. Here,
no, I bet we need more. We need more Bronson.
Well, we do need more Bronson, but I want to do this one just because I bet Ego's never seen this one.
Say, you wouldn't by any chance be Mike Milligan and the Kitchen Brothers, would you?
You make us sound like a prog rock band. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mike Milligan and the Kitchen Brothers. Double whoops.
Easy.
Minnesota cop. You do know you're in North Dakota, right?
Must have got lost on the way to the lake.
What movie is that?
That is Fargo. That is season 2 of Fargo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I love me some Fargo.
Real quick, a couple of recommendations to check out. Of course, everyone's been recommending Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes. I also recommend campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. It will make you super hungry.
I think one of the better ones to check out as well right now is called Mashal Muscle and Magic. So to sell this one, imagine if Harry Potter lifted.
Huh.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm intrigued.
I was gonna go to the One Punch Man reference, but I didn't know if you've seen that. So it's basically just in a magic world. Our main character is the only person who cannot use magic, and instead he just is hyper fixed on his bodybuilding.
That sounds cool, actually.
I'm gonna see if I can find something really quick for Ego. They will probably clip me for this, but I don't care because I just want to show off how cool this is.
We're gonna have like a list a mile long for you of good recommendations, such as Spy X Family.
All right. Feel free to talk over this as much as humanly possible because it's 4 minutes long, and
okay,
and they will definitely copyright claim me over this. But I will show this to you.
Risk it?
Well, I'll risk it because I want to show this to you. I want to sell you on this one, Ego.
Okay.
All right. This is okay. This is from Kengana Shura.
Kengana Shura. Okay.
Yep.
Oh shit! Is that 12 abs?
Huh? Damn. Yeah. They got like a 12-pack going on
there.
Okay.
This is hype as hell. Okay.
This is cool as shit, isn't it?
Okay. Go ahead.
Yep. Yep. These are two of my favorite fighters. It's Kuroki and I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh, Kiryu Setsuna. But this is my current favorite anime that I like to watch on Netflix.
97.
Yep.
Yo.
Yep.
Smooth.
Yep. It's so cool.
This man looks crazy.
Rakshasha's Palm.
He's just blocking?
Yep.
Rakshasha's Palm.
This is not even the full thing. It's edited, truncated a little bit. Yep.
And he's just blocking all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this looks so much like Tekken right now, dude.
Yep. Doesn't it look good?
Looks cool. That's okay. That's with one hand.
You've got to see this.
Yo.
And it's in its it's in its second season right now. Well, actually it's more like a third, but yeah, you totally need to get on with this one because you will like it.
I'm not gonna. It's pretty cool.
And yeah, like I said, this is kind of truncated so that Netflix will hopefully not claim it, but
this is.
Yep.
He's
yeah, he's a little crazy. Get them crazy eyes.
Flash fire.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Flash fire.
That's his twisting Rakshasha's palm.
Oh, you caught him.
Yep. That's his willow throw. But Kuroki has the devil lances, which are his hands that are super, super strong.
Okay. Damn.
Yep. This anime does not shy away from blood at all.
Wow. This is with his feet.
Yes.
Okay.
His feet can actually create that vacuum too. Yeah, Gabe Panda, I don't like 3D animation either. But I mean, you take what you can get when you can get it, and this is still pretty good.
So is this really more like? Go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, really, if you want some that golden age quality animation, you gotta kind of go back to like the late '80s, early '90s to pick and choose all your series.
Definitely.
This is. I like this. I guess the weird thing for me is watching it be 3D, but it looks so cool. This reminds me of like Tekken all the time.
Oh. Yep.
Woo! Wow. This man is sea walking. Okay. Tiger Fox fusion. That's cool. Wow. Oof.
Yep, Devil Lance.
He
stabbed him.
Wow.
His bare fingers.
What is that?
Oh,
woo!
Headbutt.
That's nice headbutt. Leg kick.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. Damn.
So yeah, hot. You guys see that, right?
That was pretty cool. Just DM me that one. That was cool. I'll watch that one.
I will put it in private chat for you.
Thank you.
Kengan Ashura.
I mean, if you're looking for some more legacy titles, like of course you can't go wrong with Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah, that's the best. And Fist of the North Star and Berserk.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I know that I don't know if you guys ever read Berserker, Keanu Reeves' book.
Yeah.
They're gonna make that an animated series.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Yeah, they want that to go. It's only supposed to go 2 seasons. It's just, did y'all read the last book?
I haven't read it at all, but are they gonna get Keanu to voice Berserker? Awesome.
I think so. Yeah, but like after the third, I read the third book and I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna be able to do this because it's like it was very, very specific in scope and world spanning to like all that by the third book. So I want to spoil it if you haven't read it at all, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just by the third book, it's like that got out of hand. I just don't know how they're going to be able to do that. But they said that they made the third book that way so that they could do the animated series. And they're trying to do spin-offs and offshoots from it now.
Huh. All right.
And
We'll definitely have to check it out.
Write down a
I was
couple
going to
of
have 37 thumbnails because I'm going to copy and paste all these new thumbnails so I can see them now.
Uh-huh.
All right. That one.
And the thing
That
is,
one,
like,
okay, go ahead.
oh, the thing is, like, it's just like we're just barely scratching the surface of this because like look, it is a whole like industry.
Yeah.
Based, it is the whole Japanese animation industry is coming like raffle stops all over like the world at this
Yes.
Hmm.
The manga industry has just destroyed the comic book industry. Of course, although the comic book industry helped by destroying themselves, but
the last time I went to my local Best Buy, there was about 27 shelves of manga to about 5 shelves of Western comics.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Not even exaggeration there.
No.
I know you're probably not joking at all because I've had even a harder time trying to find some of the manga trying to find some of the Western comic that's out now. It's just like it's almost wall to wall manga, and I feel like the pervert that has to go in the back for regular comics or for ones that are from the United States.
Do you have Spider-Man?
What?
Exactly. That's how I sound. It's like no, I don't know who this guy is.
Are you reading the current Transformers?
New. I had that one issue that introduced them, but I haven't gotten it. Dude, I'm like 27 books behind. So I'm gonna try to catch up, but that one seems cool. I know there's the G.I. Joe that's out, that's pretty cool. Like I'm behind on the good stuff.
So as it stands, it's basically Transformers, that Void Rivals, a book for Duke, and a book for Cobra Commander.
I'm not gonna lie, a book for Cobra Commander sounds awesome.
And the thing is, those then tie into the Transformers book. So you really, while it's good fun read to kind of get into for those, they're ultimately building towards this kind of more connected universe with those. Like, they're kind of explaining where some of they're using this to basically explain where some of the Cobra tech is coming from, which is related to the Transformers.
I mean, that's a good tie-in for me. That's a good tie-in.
Yeah. Well, gents, we're well over time. We meant to keep it tight to 1 hour, but we started having fun, and that's just kind of what happens. So that's a good thing. But shall we go ahead and close up for tonight?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. Saturday, we have a special guest, a brand new YouTuber who is like an old TTRPGer. Cerulean Rex is going to be with us.
Nice.
And that'll be cool because he'll get to talk about his channel, his experience, and what he's bringing to the YouTube TTRPG table scene. And hopefully we'll have a good time with him. And who knows? We may always get some extra special guests. I mean, I wasn't expecting Raven to show up last week, but he did, and that was cool. Who knows?
See, I've got on Friday, I've got a stream with Nick Weiser where we're going over the Chris Claremont, Frank Miller Wolverine comic.
Ooh, damn, that's
Nice.
good stuff.
And the thing is, he's not an X-Men guy, so he's coming to it fresh.
Mm. You know, did I ever tell you that my friend Bonsai George, my dear departed friend Bonsai George, had the Wolverine comic, and he said that unfortunately he lost it, but the way he did it, it was kind of like sad because he was stationed out in Alaska apparently, and he was in one of the outhouses, and they didn't have any toilet paper, and all he had was his Wolverine comic. So
It's a shit story.
yeah, it's kind of sad, and it was a #1.
Oh.
So it's like the last thing you want to see because let's pull that up. Like, you look around, you got to wipe, and then here's like, yeah, we'll just like pull up Wolverine. And, he's kind of telling you, like, come on, bud, you need a wipe. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, George wiped his ass with Wolverine.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Well, I mean, it was 60 cents at the time. I figured he probably thought he could get another one, and he never did. So.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah. Sad but true. But anyway.
I don't want Wolverine anywhere near my ass.
Not with that face. No, not at all.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's close up for the night. Let's enjoy. And we will see you on Saturday. And make sure to catch Ironcaster and catch Left Eye all through the week. And we'll see y'all later. Y'all have fun.